Hey, so it's day 4 of Vlog Everyday April, and I'm in London. Um, I've spent the day travelling and talking to people and experiencing an art thing, which is really cool. Definitely the way that I like to live my life, but it feels like a lot. London in general is a lot for me. It's really overstimulating and it brings up a lot of thoughts that are kind of challenging, I guess. It feels very vivid. I don't necessarily need to interpret that as negative, but I usually interpret it as negative. Um, and I don't really have a plan for this video, and I don't have a lot of time to do any editing. So I'm just hitting record, and I'm going to hit stop when I'm done and upload whatever comes out. But I'm quite glad that I'm doing this vlog everyday thing because I just experienced quite a moving piece of artwork that I'm not totally sure what my final conclusion is going to be on it, kind of how it's going to coalesce into a story in my head. But it's an immersive theatre thing by Blast Theory that's about the framing device is that you're spies, and to some degree, it's about the surveillance by police of various groups in the UK, and how police surveillance has been growing, and it's become a topic that people are more aware of in recent years. So partly, it's a game that's about police surveillance where you're playing the role of an infiltrator into a fringe political group. But also, it's a little bit more than that. They add this extra layer of nuance and complication that's really impressive and kind of disturbing. And I guess I'll not spoil it. But what it did to me was it put me in this position of actually voicing right-wing dog whistles that I would never say normally. Like, it's not even that I was voicing anything hateful, I was just saying things that I believe to be a cover for hateful things. And it was hard, and it was weird. But it was also weird how easy it was. It's weird how easy it is to play that role and to say those things and to move the person you're talking to from euphemism to outright hateful language. And the game is built to make it feel like, well, to facilitate that. Like, the character has to say certain things, or else you're not being rewarded for having, like, done that probing, and you're not getting that piece of game content. So it's not necessarily true that it's that easy in real life to get someone to say these things, but it was weird playing that role, and it was weird to play a game that enacts that what I've come to understand as a form of paranoia based on Adam Curtis and Eve Kosofsky-Sedgwick's kind of work on this topic. It's weird to play with that paranoia and to act on it in a different way, to kind of play with it in a safe context where you can kind of do that active uncovering the nasty shit that underlies the stuff that people are saying when they believe that you're kind of part of the, like, liberal mainstream or whatever. Normally I don't want to uncover that stuff, and I just make it clear that I don't want to hear this shit that people are thinking, basically. Although one of the things the game got me thinking about is how more and more in recent years people seem to have felt safe saying things to me that I find quite objectionable, Whereas like a year or two ago, it seemed like people knew not to say that shit around me. Now they just assume that everyone is secretly thinking this stuff deep down. I'm not thinking that shit deep down, and I don't want to hear it. It's just interesting, kind of through a game, being in a situation where if someone says this shit to you, then it's a victory condition. Like, you've got intel on someone, and that's a good thing. Normally, if someone says this shit to me, then it's a fail condition. Like, what the fuck has happened to my society that people are going to say these things to me? So, I guess, yeah, as you can tell, a very moving experience. And disturbing. And I'll be thinking about it for years to come, I think.